Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Advancement Center, to the world of magic and miracles, to your world of magic and miracles. That really is the topic today, because that's what the Advancement Center is all about. It's about everyone advancing everywhere into their own world of magic and miracles. And for those that, well, the invitation that was created, that I created for today's broadcast, that was created, the song, I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, hopefully most of you, a Michael Bublé song. Those words, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, just kept coming into me, just kept coming into my head. And the feeling that goes along with that, because every day is a new day. However, every day now is especially new. And the interesting thing is, if you look for it, if you look for that newness with your eyes or with your physical being, it may elude you, because it will show up here in the physical, but the newness is especially noticeable from all of our expansive, much bigger selves than our physical beings here and on planet Earth. So the more that you connect with this huge, infinite self that is you, as Robert has been assisting us in that way more than ever, as the plugs that came unplugged, the plugs that were plugging us into ourselves, as they come back into line, what you feel is so massive, you may get lost for a moment or two, and it may happen repeatedly for a little while. So don't concern yourself. It's you reuniting with you. And it still never ceases to amaze me how nature, who's showing herself now, the wind is blowing around us. There's a lot of activity in nature right now. Here on planet Earth, nature always helps me connect. And here come the birds. And it's a very unique place. It's unique for me, and I know it's sometimes it's not so easy to share your personal experience of yourself, because it's absolutely unique. And in the sharing, all you can do is encourage or inspire others to experience themselves, which is likely very different from how you experience yourself. Oh, the song behind me is just melting me right now. I love the birds. But that's what it is. It's a melting. It's a melting of the functions that happen in the brain, the mind. It's the melting of the chatter that's not real. And you're melting into what's real in you. And all it is love. How many times have you received a little puppy in your arms? Just one example. That is so soft and so loving and so cute. You just feel like you're going to melt into the ground. Or a baby, or it's infinite, actually, the number of things that can give you an experience like that. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter, and you don't even have to think about it. But just shining a light on it is just a friendly reminder to let it happen. And the more you let it happen, and you feel this incredible melting, the more you'll experience it. So again, if there's something unusual, if there's a sense of wondering where you are or anything, like it's sort of programmed into us to be concerned about it. So this is a very strong message to say, don't be concerned. Again, that's the programming that goes into the brain, that all it does is take us away from what I'm speaking about here right now. So again, that's what began today's invitation. If you have a second, if you have the desire to go into YouTube, because you can see the words to Michael Bublé's song. They're almost like I could have written that song. There's even a dragonfly in the song, which is very special to me. And once again, it always comes back around for me to music. And my connection with songs here, so many of us, we connect to music so easily. And we all have our own things that we connect with. We're not all the same, that are already here. But I keep listening. In fact, this morning on my lovely drive in to the beacon on the hill, it was very silent in my drive. And I found myself waiting for my own music. It was an interesting experience, fully expecting something incredible to just come in. Whether it was going to come out of me, I would start humming or singing, or I didn't know what. But it remained quiet, but I just watched it. And it's so interesting, because when you have that time of stillness, when you are alone, it's a completely different experience than being in amongst people. And you can still have the same connections, not the same, but you still have connections happening, connections that are so large that they just touch your heart, like David's last broadcast. Connections like that have been my life, are still my life. It's one of excuse me. It's one of the main reasons I'm here, is for those incredibly special connections. Can that just be for a moment, and then you never see that person or that child or that animal again? But the feeling that's created is beyond description. I can't even put words to it. I'm not going to even try. So everything just keeps pointing to your ultimate connection to yourself, because that's where all of these things come from. That's where everything you see and feel and experience comes from. It all comes from you, believe it or not. So there's a lot to play with and enjoy and celebrate with each other as you sit by yourself in your living room. It's part of all of it. You're part of all of it, wherever you are. And I just want to keep saying over and over, enjoy that connection with yourself. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you always. And it's really quite fun, because the world you create, it's the world you want. It's not a world that someone else has imposed on you or told you, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to do it. In fact, that's what happened in my drive this morning. If I can explain it, I had a sense of my life flashing before my eyes, in how I've lived that way, how I've listened to those outside, thinking there's a certain way you're supposed to do your life, or you're supposed to do things, and always feeling like I was falling short. And it's hysterical, really, because it has nothing to do with me. So that's all we're doing, once again, is coming back around to the selves that we came here as. We came here from source, completely connected, joyful, bubbly, laughing, uninhibited little beings. And that's really all that we're doing now, is becoming what we've always been. So a lot has been delivered and will continue to be delivered. And I do invite you to listen to Michael Bublé's song, A New Day, A New Dawn, because it would be hard to imagine anyone who could not feel it. Feel it. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you once again for joining us here today. May you have a perfect life, perfect health, and a bright and magic future. Thank you.